Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to take a very deep look at one of the most surprising and shocking events that unfolded in the heart of Russia's capital. Ukrainian drones carried out a strike on Moscow's billion-dollar city towers, a set of skyscrapers that were designed to be a symbol of wealth, progress, and modern architecture. This attack has sent shockwaves not only through Russia but across the entire world as it challenges the very idea of security and strength in a country that has long projected itself as nearly untouchable. To understand the full scope of this event, we need to look at it from every angle, examining the exterior of the towers, the interior spaces, the performance of the drones, the safety features that were meant to protect such massive investments, the unique selling points of the strike itself, the staggering contrast in price, and finally what all this means for the conclusion of this chapter in modern warfare. From the outside, Moscow's city towers were always meant to be a shining example of Russia's wealth. The skyscrapers rise high into the sky, covered in glass facades that reflect sunlight during the day and glow brilliantly at night when the city lights are on. Their design was meant to compete with some of the world's most iconic skylines, putting Moscow in the same league as New York, London, or Dubai. But what was once meant to show off Russian strength and prosperity has now been scarred with black smoke, shattered glass, and twisted steel. The attack proved that no matter how beautiful the exterior design, these buildings are vulnerable to the changing nature of warfare. It is a striking image that billion-dollar towers built for prestige can be targeted by machines costing a fraction of their value. The exterior may still stand tall, but the sense of invincibility that once surrounded it has been broken forever. When we step inside, the contrast becomes even sharper. The interiors of these towers were built to house luxury offices, high-end corporate spaces, and business hubs filled with modern furnishings. They were designed for efficiency, elegance, and comfort, combining glass walls, advanced technology, and state-of-the-art architecture to make them appealing for multinational corporations. But the drone strike changed all of that in a matter of seconds. Smoke-filled hallways, sprinklers activated, alarms rang out, and once pristine spaces were transformed into scenes of chaos. The luxury carpets, polished wood, and sparkling glass turned into rubble, dust, and ash. This shows us how quickly the value of interior design disappears when confronted with the harsh reality of conflict. What was meant to represent a future of business prosperity instead became an image of vulnerability and fragility. The performance of the Ukrainian drones is the most critical part of this story. Despite Russia having one of the most heavily defended cities in the world, with layers of anti-aircraft systems and radar coverage, the drones managed to slip through and strike their targets with precision. This shows that performance is not just about the size of weapons but about their ability to deliver results. The drones moved quietly, were difficult to detect, and carried out their mission effectively. They didn't need to carry massive payloads to cause damage. The symbolic effect of hitting such a prestigious location was worth even more than the physical destruction. By performing beyond expectations, these drones proved that in modern warfare, agility and stealth can often overcome brute force. It was a performance that not only shocked Russia but caught the attention of military analysts around the globe. When we think of safety features in skyscrapers like these, we imagine fire suppression systems, emergency exits, earthquake resistance, and evacuation plans. These features are essential for any modern building, especially one that costs billions of dollars and houses so many people and businesses. But what the strike revealed is that no safety feature in these towers was designed to withstand an aerial assault. There were no anti-drone shields, no missile defenses around the towers, and no countermeasures to protect them from modern threats. The safety systems worked to save lives once the explosion occurred, but they could not prevent the damage. This lack of preparedness highlights the new reality of urban safety. Cities are no longer just at risk from natural disasters but from evolving technological threats. Russia's failure to adapt its safety strategy to the drone era has left its most expensive structures vulnerable, and this strike exposed that flaw to the entire world. The unique selling point of this attack is that it redefines how warfare is fought in the 21st century. Drones are not just weapons. They are tools of strategy, symbolism, and psychological warfare. Ukraine managed to strike at the very heart of Russia's capital, a city believed to be untouchable. This attack was not about destroying military targets but about sending a message: even the richest, tallest, and most well-guarded structures can be reached. That message shakes confidence, damages pride, and forces Russia to question its own strength. The drones themselves, small and inexpensive, carry an outsized impact compared to their size. This is their unique advantage: they can reach places traditional weapons cannot, and they can do so while costing a fraction of what it would take to defend against them. The question of price cannot be ignored. Moscow's city towers cost around $1.2 billion, a massive investment meant to symbolize Russia's entry into the modern global economy. These skyscrapers were built as a statement of wealth, ambition, and progress. But Ukrainian drones, some costing only a few $1,000s to produce, managed to put that billion-dollar investment at risk. The imbalance in cost versus impact is staggering. A weapon that costs less than a luxury car was able to challenge structures that required billions of dollars to construct. This price gap shows us why drones are changing the battlefield. It's no longer about how much money a country can spend but about how effectively it can use technology to outmaneuver its opponent. Ukraine is proving that innovation and strategy can outweigh financial power. All of these factors bring us to the conclusion that this strike is not just an isolated event but a turning point in how we view modern conflict. Russia, which has long prided itself on strong defenses and an image of invulnerability, has been forced to admit that its capital can be reached and its prestige projects attacked. Ukraine, on the other hand, has demonstrated that it can challenge a larger and wealthier adversary with creativity and persistence. The psychological impact of seeing flames rise from Moscow's skyline is far greater than the physical damage itself. It shows the world that power is no longer about who has the biggest buildings or the most expensive weapons, but about who can adapt to new realities. In the end, the strike on Moscow's billion-dollar towers is a lesson for every nation watching this conflict. Exterior beauty and interior luxury mean little when performance, safety, and defense are left behind. The unique selling point of drones is that they provide maximum effect at minimum price, and this event proved that once again. Russia has been shaken, Ukraine has made its point, and the rest of the world has witnessed a new chapter in the evolution of warfare. The conclusion is clear. The future belongs to innovation, and those who fail to adapt will find their most valuable symbols turned into targets.